Hi friends, myself K. Lakshmi, Assistant Professor in the Department of SNH, Chebrolu Engineering College, Lecturer 21, Unit 1, Topic Introduction and Basic Definitions in Dielectric Properties. Dielectrics are nothing but insulators, or they are also named as non-conducting ceramic materials. These dielectrics are used in many applications like capacitors, memories, sensors, and actuators. Generally, all the dielectrics are insulators, but not all the insulators are dielectrics. That means those insulators used in the purpose of to raise the capacitance of the capacitors. So, dielectrics are insulating materials that exhibit a property which is electrical polarization. So, what is electrical polarization? That will be discussed in briefly in next class. So, due to that, modified dielectric function of the vacuum is exhibited by the dielectric materials. And dielectric materials, any material that supports the charge without conducting it to significant degree. In principle of all insulators are dielectric, although capacity to support charge varies greatly between different insulators. All these materials do not conduct electrical current when an electric field is applied. They are not inert to the electric field. The field may cause a slight shift in the balance of charge within the material to form a electric dipole. Thus, the materials are named as dielectric materials. These dielectric materials are used in many applications, from simple electrical insulation to sensors and circuit components also. What is the difference between dielectric material and insulator? That depends upon the application of the material. Insulating materials are used in the purpose of to resist the flow of current through it. On the other hand, dielectric materials are used to store the electric energy. That is the difference between dielectric material to insulator. The dielectric phenomena have become more general and fundamental as it has the origin with the dielectric polarization. That means dielectric materials are completely different from insulators. So, insulators are not dielectrics. Some of the insulators only, that means those which are used in the purpose of to enhance the capacitance of the capacitors, they are named as dielectrics. That is the main difference between insulators and dielectrics. So, let us discuss some basic definitions of dielectric materials like electric dipole, dipole momentum, electric field intensity, and next permittivity, like that. Now, what is a electric dipole? Depending upon the application of DC and static electric field, there is a large range of charges are moved. However, their movement of charges leading for the formation of dipole, and the material in this state is named as polarized material. So these dipoles are aligned in the direction of applied field. So the net effect is called polarization of the material. So here in dielectric materials, each and every atom is create a dipole. That means a dielectric supports charge by acquiring polarization in an electric field, whereby one surface develops a net positive charge while the opposite surface develops a negative charge. This is made possible by the presence of electric dipoles. So two opposite charges separated by a certain distance is known as a dipole. That means in any material, both the positive and negative charges are move in random direction. Whenever we apply some external electric field, then the charges are separated. That means all the positive charges are move one side of the surface and opposite surface develops exact opposite charges. That means charges are separated. All the positive charges are come to one side and all the negative charges come to one side. Here a potential is developed. Due to that, a dipole is created. So that is the main property of dielectric medium. That means whenever the charges are separated, this phenomena is called polarization. So dielectric materials are easily polarized. So that's why these materials are used in the purpose of to enhance the capacitance of the capacitors. Now this is the two different charges, positive charge, negative charge, and they are separated by a fixed distance. Let it be small r. Now what is meant by dipole momentum? So dipole momentum means it is the product of any one of the charge and the distance between the two charges. So dipole momentum is indicated by the letter mu. So mu is equal to formula charge into distance between the two charges, that is r. So mu is equal to q into r. And the next property of dielectrics, electric field intensity, or it is also called electric field strength. It is indicated by the letter capital E. Now how we can define the electric field intensity? It is defined as force experienced by a unit test charge is known as electric field strength. Now here Q is the charge and R is the distance at which point we have to find the electric field intensity and to the charge. So electric field intensity E is equal to Q by 4 pi epsilon R square. Here epsilon is permittivity or dielectric constant of the medium, and we have also here we discuss another term, that is epsilon naught. Epsilon naught means permittivity of the free space. So it is a constant value, permittivity of the free space or vacuum. This value is equal to 8.854 into 10 power minus 12 farad per meter. Generally, this is the region of electric field. That means every charge have an express their electric field in terms of electric flux lines. That means around the charge there is an electric field. So let us assume any point in the electric field. Now the electric field intensity at that point is measured with the help of this formula, that is E is equal to Q by 4 pi epsilon r square. Electric flux density or electric displacement vector. So already here we discussed that the electric field is expressed in terms of electric flux lines. So depending upon the charge, for example, for positive charge, flux lines are move away from the charge. For negative, flux lines are move towards the charge. That means the entire electric field whatever developed around the charge is in the form of electric flux lines. So that flux lines are named as represented by phi letter. Now what is electric flux density? Let us take a unit area in the electric field. Now how many number of flux lines are passed through that unit area is known as electric flux density at that point, which is developed by a charge Q. It means electric flux density is the number of flux lines crossing normal to a unit surface area. Now the electric flux density D is equal to formula Q by 4 pi r square. Here this is a equation gives the relation between electric field intensity E and electric flux density D. So they are related as D is equal to epsilon E. This is a very important relation. This is the relation between electric field intensity and electric flux density, which is represented as D is equal to epsilon E. Here epsilon is called permittivity of the medium. Dielectric constant, or it is also named as permittivity, relative permittivity. Now how we define the relative permittivity? It is the ratio of permittivity of the medium to permittivity of the free space, or it is also defined as capacitor with dielectric with air between the plates. So simply it is the ratio between capacitance of the capacitor with dielectric and with air between the plates. So they can be represented as dielectric constant is written as epsilon r, or it is also named as relative permittivity. So epsilon r is equal to epsilon by epsilon naught, and it is also equal to CD by CA. Here the suffix in the C, D represents the dielectric, and A in this C suffix represents the air. So this is the definition of dielectric constant. Capacitance. The property of a conductor or system of a conductor, the ability to store the electric charge, is named as capacitance. Generally, capacitors are different shape and different in size. They may be in spherical shape or cylindrical shape or like a coaxial cable and parallel plate, etc. So depending upon their size and shape, their capacitance also increases. So here the property of conductor or a system of conductors, the ability to store the electric charge is called capacitance. Capacitance is Q by V. Q is charge. So Q by V we can also written as A epsilon by D. Here C is the capacitance of the capacitor, Q is charge on the capacitor, V is potential difference between the plates, A is area of the capacitor plate, epsilon is permittivity of the medium, D is distance between capacitor plates. Now the unit of capacitance is farad. So this is about the capacitor. Why here we discuss about the capacitor? Dielectrics are used in the purpose to increase the capacitance of the capacitor. That's why here we discuss the definition of capacitance. Polarization. So what is meant by polarization? It is a phenomena to convert a non-polar material into polar molecule. That means by the application of external electric field, whatever the charges in the dielectric medium are simply separated. That means displaced. So due to this displacement of charges, a net dipole momentum is created, and also it forms like a big dipole. So this phenomena is known as polarization. That means when an electric field is applied to a material with dielectrics, the positive charge are displaced to opposite to the direction of the field, and negative charges displaced in the direction of the field. That means the same direction of the field. Why? Because like charges are repel each other, unlike charges are attract each other. So here there is a displacement of two charges and now create a dipole. So this creation of dipole by the application of external electric field is called polarization. Again, the definition of polarization is the ratio between dipole momentum and volume. So it is defined as induced dipole momentum per unit volume. So this is about polarization. Next concept, polarizability. Polarization P is directly proportional to the electric field intensity. So P proportional to E. Here there is a proportionality constant which is named as polarizability. The polarizability is defined as polarization per unit applied electric field. If the material contains n number of dipoles in unit volume, then polarizability is written as P is equal to n alpha E. Here n is number of dipoles per unit volume. So polarizability is represented by the letter alpha. And now an important relation between polarization and dielectric constant. Here it is a parallel plate capacitor. Now opposite charges are there, positive and negative charges. Between the parallel plate capacitor there is no medium, that means without any dielectric medium. Now what is the capacitance in this case? When a dielectric medium is placed inside the parallel plate capacitor, due to opposite charges on the capacitor, now inside the dielectric material all the charges are separated and accumulated opposite charge of the capacitor. That means here it is the positive charge for parallel plate capacitor. So inside the dielectric medium exactly opposite charges are accumulated on same surface. So here it is the positive charge on parallel plate capacitor and this is a negative charge in dipole. Similarly, this is the negative charge on parallel plate capacitor. Now exactly opposite charges are accumulated on this surface, that is positive charge. Now the charge on the capacitor is taken as plus Q minus Q and the charge on the dielectric material is taken as plus Q dash and minus Q dash. Now here without dielectric medium the electric field is represented by the letter E naught. When a dielectric medium is placed inside the parallel plate, now the electric field is indicated by the letter E. That means E naught is the electric field without dielectric, E is the electric field with dielectric. Now we go to the next step to find the relation between polarization and dielectric constant. So according to Gauss theorem is applied to the parallel plate capacitor. According to Gauss theorem, integral E bar dot dA bar is equal to Q by epsilon naught. Here integration and differentiation of A is cancelled. So E dot A is equal to Q by epsilon naught. Here just cross multiply the A. So E naught is equal to Q by A epsilon naught. Now Q by A is named as charge density. It is represented by the letter sigma. That means charge density is defined as charge per unit area. So by replacing the Q by A value by sigma, now the equation for E naught is equal to sigma by epsilon naught. Let it be equation 1. Now a dielectric slab is placed between the two plates. Due to polarization, charges are accumulated on the two faces of the slab. Due to this establishment, another field is developed inside the dielectric medium. Now this field is represented by the letter E dash. The direction of E dash will be opposite to the direction of E naught. Now the resultant field in the material is the sum of the applied electric field and field developed inside the dielectric medium. That means E naught plus E dash. But here E naught and E dash are in opposite direction. Now simply here we write minus E dash. So that is the total electric field when a dielectric medium is placed in a slab. If sigma P is the charge per unit area on the inserted dielectric slab surface, then by the following equation 1 can be written as E dash Q by A epsilon naught, that is equal to sigma P by epsilon naught. Now substitute the values of E dash here. Therefore E is equal to sigma by epsilon naught minus sigma P by epsilon naught. Here there is a difference between sigma and sigma P. Sigma is the charge per unit area without dielectric medium. Sigma P is the charge per unit area due to dielectric slab. Now cross multiply the epsilon naught. So epsilon naught E is equal to sigma minus sigma P. And the next, the magnitude of polarization P in terms of dipole momentum can be written as dipole momentum per unit volume. But dipole momentum definition is charge into distance between the two poles. So polarization P can be written as charge, and there is a cancellation between volume and the length, that means only area. So polarization definition we can also write as charge per unit area. That means it is a definition of sigma P. So polarization can be also written as sigma P. Sigma P means it is charge per unit area in the case of dielectric slab. And we also know the relation between electric flux density. Electric flux density is equal to Q by A. Here it is a charge per unit area, but this is without a dielectric medium, so it can be written as sigma. So there is a lot of difference between polarization and electric flux density. Polarization is developed when a dielectric slab is placed between the parallel plates. Here it is without dielectric medium, but the same definitions we have to discuss here: charge per unit area, charge per unit area, but it is represented as a sigma P, it is represented as sigma. That is the difference between polarization and electric displacement. Now substitute the values, then equation 4 becomes to epsilon naught E equal to D minus P. Now formula for P becomes to D minus E epsilon naught. For a free space, that means there is no dielectric, then polarization becomes to 0. So D is equal to capital E epsilon naught. Here epsilon naught is the permittivity of the free space. Or when we use a dielectric medium, then D changes. In electrostatics, D formula can be written as epsilon naught epsilon r capital E. This can be written as by the relation between D and E. D and E are related as D is equal to epsilon E. In place of epsilon, here we write epsilon naught epsilon r. Epsilon naught is a constant. That value is equal to 8.854 into 10 power minus 12 Henry per meter. Epsilon r is called dielectric constant or relative permittivity. That depends upon the taking material. So this is the relation between the electric field intensity to electric flux density. Now P is equal to formula from equation 3 E epsilon naught epsilon r minus E epsilon naught. Here common the value E epsilon naught, that means inside the bracket epsilon r minus 1. Now cross multiply it. So epsilon r minus 1 is equal to P by E epsilon naught. So this is the definition of susceptibility. Susceptibility means P by E epsilon naught. Here it has no units. Now the relation between susceptibility and relative permittivity can be written as epsilon r minus 1 is equal to susceptibility. And also polarization, electric field intensity are related by the equation P is equal to capital E epsilon naught epsilon r minus 1. This equation is the representation of polarization vector. Now this is the relation between dielectric constant and polarization. Thank you.